Okay, Stoney, how old were you when you first went to sea?
16.
What year was that?
43.
43. And what was your first ship?
The Iron Knight.
The Iron Knight. And your last one?
Iron King.
Iron King. That was in the Merchant Navy. What about in the Navy?
I was on the one ship all the time, ML,
Oh, yeah.
which was a motor launch.
Oh, right, yeah. The Iron Knight, what cargoes did you carry?
Carried steel one way, steel to Adelaide from Kembla and Newcastle, and then to carted iron ore back.
Oh, yeah. And how long would you have got in port in them days?
Well, depending on your steel, your long steel and stuff, but you unload, you're in there 10 days.
Yeah, yeah. But these days you're in and out. Yeah. What made you go to sea, mate?
I always liked the sea. I love fishing.
Yeah.
And I asked my parents about going to sea, and Dad had a bit of a in-going with the chap down at one dock. The BHP used to come in from 1 to 4 dock in those days. And he finally got me a job. Started down there went from one dock, the Iron Knight.
Yeah, right. What were the conditions and that like on the night?
Good tucker.
Yeah. Can you remember what your wages were when you first got away?
£2. It was £2, I didn't forget them, to tell you the truth. £2 a month, I think it was.
A month, yeah. Yeah, good that. What for the £2 a month that they used to pay you, the miserable bastards? What were your hours worked?
Well, my job as a deck boy was organise their meals, and all I had to do was get it from the galley and just pop it on the table, and they'd help themselves. I didn't have to serve it out or anything like that. And keep their quarters clean and they scrub the deck.
Was there overtime in them days? Did you work overtime?
Not the deck boy didn't, no.
So what was your normal working hours?
Oh, 8 till 5.
8 till 5. Changed a little bit when I went. It was bloody 5:30 till 8:30 at night then.
Oh.
What basic items did BHP so gracefully supply to you?
Supplied all your linen and everything, which was cleaned every week, and your linen, soap, and that was it. You got your own toothpaste, don't you?
Yeah. And you're pretty right. The soap they supplied wasn't the carbolic soap, eh?
No.
They must have thought that one up later on. Yeah, that was later on. While you're at sea and that, what were some highs that you had? What some good times?
Well, the seamen and the stokers in those days, coal burner of course, they come up out the stoke hole and they'd go on the after deck, and they loved the flagons of plonk, which they used to get in Wyalla. And in those days used to get 2 and 6 for the flagon to return it. So the other deck boy and myself, we used to save them up, go back, and that was good pocket money in those days.
Oh, it would have been, yeah.
2 and 6 for the return of the flagons, which you'd take back to Whyalla. Stagger up a few trips from the time you go off the ore jetty up to the pub. But it was worth it. It was better than your pay.
Yeah, it would have been too, mate. Yeah.
Better than your pay.
Did you ever have a look down below in the coal burners? Did you get to have a look in the fiddly in the stable?
Yeah, in the engine room.
Yeah.
A long way down.
Yeah. I remember on my first one, it was the last of the coal burners, and it was nice and hot when you went down there.
Yeah.
I only went down a couple of times. I ran between the boilers, and that was it. Yeah. The pickup would have been around while you were still there, and then before the roster came in. How did you find the pickup?
Behind the customs house, it used to be at Flinders Street.
Yeah.
Flinders Street and Queen Street.
Yeah. Then moved, or years after that, moved right around the place, 5 or 6 different places. Now, we talked about the highs. What about your lows in your time at sea?
Well, I'll never get the first time I went to sea. It was down off Otway. I left Melbourne there going light ship to Rapid Bay. But it only filled up one hatch of what's the name? Manganese ore. And down by Otway, it was in the daytime. She was a bit choppy because light ship. She was tossed about a bit. I didn't think those big ships like that would rock so much. Anyhow, I got as sick as a dog. And I was hanging over the side of it. Remember the chief cook coming to me, and he says, "Here, suck this." He gave me a lemon to suck. Cut the lemon, and he says, "Suck this." And I was never crook after that. I was crook the first time, but by God was I crook. And I thought, oh, bugger this. Anyhow, as I said, Stan Dennis was his name. Come from Newcastle. And he said, "Suck this lemon, son, and you'll be right." And I was as good as gold.
What were your relationships with the other seagoing unions at the time? How were they?
Well, I was right at that, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Unions.
Yeah, deck boys work
In the clear.
Yeah.
Because there weren't enough money to
pay
a bloody union anyhow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I believe on your first ship, the Iron Knight, you had a rather rude payoff off the vessel.
Yes. We were sunk torpedoed about 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock or something like that. And the pay stopped straight away. As soon as the ship was gone, so was the pay.
Yeah. How long were you in the water for?
10 hours.
Yeah, it's a long time, yeah.
We were all on the raft, but I was the last one to get to the raft.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was a stoker. He was on a hatch cover. He was floating about on a hatch cover. But I was the one, and he was on the hatch cover. We picked him up. He was the last one.
When the Knight sank, how long did it take for it to sink?
2 minutes.
Straight down.
Yeah.
How many was in the crew on the Knight?
50.
And there was only
36 went down.
36 went down with it.
Yeah, 4 of them was gone.
Yeah.
And it was very. There's one thing about it, was February, the 8th of February, 43. It was a beautiful night, the calm weather, and just an even swell.
Yeah, yeah.
We picked up about midday the next day, so roughly 10 hours in the water.
What ship picked you up?
The French destroyer, the Lee Triumphant.
Oh, yeah.
That and the Warramunga. The Australian ship destroyer, they came out, but the French ship was that fast. She was there well before the Warramunga.
Yeah. Did you ever find out what the submarine was that sank you?
Yeah, the I-21.
I-21, Japanese.
Japanese, yeah. Big bastard.
Yeah. From after the Iron Night, and did you get any survivors leave?
No, I just come back to Melbourne. We messed about in Sydney all that. We was out all night on the French destroyer. They hoping that they could trap it, but they never. We finished up. We stayed out all night. Came into Circular Quay the next day. Then they gave me a train ticket to get back to Melbourne. There's no planes.
Yeah.
No day. When I saw there was planes, but not for not for survivors of ships anyhow.
Yeah, yeah. Your next ship after that was another iron boat.
Yeah, the Iron King.
How long was you on her for?
2 trips I done.
Whereabouts were the trips to on there?
Both to Whyalla. I'd done a trip to Adelaide. I joined her in Melbourne, went to Whyalla, load of iron ore, back to Newcastle.
Couldn't get you off the Whyalla run, mate.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
you must have liked that South Australian beer.
Oh, no. There was no iron ore carted out of, or West Australia wasn't thought of then.
Yeah.
Or probably thought of, but it wasn't. Adelaide was as far as we go. Whyalla, I should say, was as far as we go.
Yeah. All up, how long did you do in the Merchant Navy?
Well, I was 3 months on the night, and I done 2 months in 2 trips on the
Iron
King.
Yeah. Then
And I joined the RAN then.
Yeah, it's unusual. Usually we get
3.5 years.
Usually we get Navy blokes coming to the Merchant Navy. It's a bit of what made you decide to join the Navy?
Well, I'd had enough of this, so I thought, well,
might have a chance of being able to shoot back at the bars.
yeah.
And your time at sea in both the Merchant Navy and the RAN, I take it you had a good time? You liked it?
Yes, I don't regret one day of it.
No.
Don't regret it.
What did you do after you got out of the Navy?
Drove trucks up and down the road.
Truck driver for years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Interstate.
I was when I was talking to you the other day on the phone about the BHP book. Run that story past me again. When you went into BHP, what happened?
A mate of mine, he was on. He's a merchant seaman. He was on overseas ships, tankers, and we went into. I knew there was a model in the BHP house in Burke Street, and we went in to take some photos of it, and he was doing a documentary on it, and asked the lass would be able to, at the reception, to take some photos and that. Yes, but I moved. And asked her, did she have any books on BHP? And they had a book out on when BHP first started in Newcastle, the horse and drays days. And I said, oh, could I buy one? I introduced myself to who I was and what I was, what I'd done, and she says, oh, just a minute. And she went into her boss or somebody else anyhow, and said, oh, here's the book, you can, it's $15.
Miserable bastards made you pay for it, mate.
Oh, but it'd have to be 15 quid then. It's 15 anyhow.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, well, I might get this for nothing.
Yeah.
And my mate, he would have won too.
Yeah.
But he thought they might charge him and I could buy for nothing, you know, when I said I was survivor of it.
Yeah.
Off the Iron Night, I paid the same as what he paid.
Yeah. Yeah, the miserable bastards. The BHP didn't change, mate, when I was in them too. And after the Iron Night and you got out and you went to the Navy, did you ever come across any of the boys that you sailed with on the night?
No, because I still go. He was on the second night. I went in the Navy and I met this fellow, comes from Newcastle, and he was on the second Iron Night.
Yeah.
The one they
brought
overseas.
The old Ventois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and I go up there each year. I go up to Newcastle for the BHP reunion each year.
Yeah.
In end of May, June.
Yeah. And you are the last of the...
I'm the last survivor.
Last survivor off the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mate, that's roughly all I've got at the questions here. And if you want to add anything, feel free. Now's the time.
Well, I can say that I enjoyed all my time in both the Merchant Navy and the RAN, and I don't regret being there one day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good, mate. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really...
Plane the next day up to Port Macquarie.
Yeah, right, we're recording again anyway. Where were you when you found out they'd found the wreck of the night?
They sent me the diver sent me a copy of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you it after.
Yeah.
Put it up there on the bench.
Yeah.
And I was tickled pink when I first saw it, I broke down.
Yeah.
It's good easy. Come on now.
Yeah. You right?
Yeah.
You told me before about standing on the aft on the deck when just before the ship sank and watching the propeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no hope I didn't jump over the side.
Yeah.
I never would just stand. This other deck boy and I was standing on the stern of it, having a look at this prop spinning around. We can't jump there. You'll finish up getting chopped up.
Yeah.
And the ship just went from under us. So, and that's why they think that's why she's standing upright. Down there now.
The other deck boy was a little bit of a sound sleeper, was he?
Oh, was he ever? I said, come on, let's go. I left my life jacket and everything behind.
Yeah.
Let's get out, you know.
Yeah. Didn't have time to get the boats or nothing away.
No, well, boat was jammed.
Yeah.
The
They-
release because they were
yeah.
all bloody
Why-
jammed up.
Yeah.
Couldn't get them away. That's they says jump.
Yeah.
They couldn't jump over the stern
No, that's for sure.
because it's on a 45, 50 degree angle.
Yeah. Yeah, the Yampy class, which is a class further down the road from the one you're on, had the same sort of davits. And we had a lifeboat drill once, and 12 and a half minutes took us to get him out. And the skipper had a stopwatch. And he said, I want you to wind it in and do it again. And the surveyor who was there with us said, what do you mean you want it done? He said, I want it done faster. And the surveyor said, this is the fastest I've ever seen him done. And that was in 12 and a half minutes. And so if it's the same sort you had on the night, you had no chance of getting them out.
But we never had them. They used to put the lifeboat out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Swing out.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They were still
Yeah.
mounted.
Yeah.
Not swung out from the davits.
Yeah.